Hey, what's going on, Capricorns? Butch here. I'm going to do your April read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Capricorn for April 2023? What's going on for Capricorn? All right, Capricorn. So the first thing that I see is I feel like there is someone new coming in for you. And I feel like with this person, first and foremost, I see new stability. I feel like things are changing. And the first thing you're going to see with this person, feeling of stability. I mean, this person, first and foremost, they have their shit together. And I feel like that's a very attractive quality. Someone that, has the tools they need, but also the mindset that you're looking for. This person knows how to get what they want. This person knows how to work their ass off, but they also know how to enjoy it as well. I mean, this person is, even before they met you, they were building toward the future. They always have their future in mind. Now, with this person, I do get a sense this is more, I do feel a strong physical energy as well. I feel like even though they have their shit together energy, they also like to have fun. Very spontaneous, a lot of physical energy between the two of you. But why not, right? This person is very confident. They know what they have to offer. And the reason they, like I said in the beginning, the reason I feel like this really hits home from the very beginning is because you got two very like-minded people coming together. And with this connection, I mean, like I said, like-minded, being on the same page, having someone that shows up. They don't just talk a good game. They don't just talk. The action is how they talk. This person puts the work in. This person will show up for you. This person knows what they want, and they're willing to do what it takes to get it. But very, very early on, like I said, I do see, even though there's that physical in the very beginning, I do see very early on new love, and I feel like with this person, you're going to feel bonded with this person. Like I said, I feel like you're both on the same page. You both want the same thing. And sometimes, even in relationships, sometimes we can take our time, want to see it through, do all our due diligence. But sometimes we meet people that we just skip that whole process. With this person, I feel that. I feel like with this person, you're going to feel connected with this person in a very deep way from the very beginning. And it's going to be something that we're not going to be able to ignore. And I feel like the more you communicate, the more you're going to see that you both want the same thing. And I feel like it's going to be very different for both of you to have someone that actually is on the same page, not just someone that's going to bullshit you and say they're on the same page, or not someone that's just going to fill you with lies to get what they want. Someone that authentically shows up, someone that authentically puts in the work, walks the walk, not just talks the talk. You know what I mean? I see a lot of good fortune very quickly. I do feel like having the right person in your energy, meeting that right person, I feel like opportunities start presenting themselves very quickly. Like I said, the Wheel of Fortune, a lot of good fortune coming. I see a lot of happiness. And along with that, one of the biggest things that's causing that is that Hangman. Now, we got to look at it as the fact that if we're with the wrong people so many times, like, past people that you dated, you've been with the person that may have said they were on the same page but didn't put in the work, I feel like sometimes we always get stuck with the wrong people. So when the right person comes in, it changes our complete perspective of relationships. Sometimes we can be in a bad relationship and think, maybe relationships aren't worth all this work. But then when you get that right person, it's not work anymore. It's like that old saying when it comes to careers. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And it's the same thing for relationships. If you're with someone that is on the same page, that isn't holding you back, but only bringing you up, you see things in a different perspective. There's also that saying, if you change how you see things, everything you see changes. And sometimes it just takes that right person to come into your life to make everything make sense. But like I said, strong power couple. I feel like you guys are going to take yourselves to lengths that you didn't even think you could go to. Sometimes we have envisioned in our mind of what we want out of life. And then when we don't have anybody to show up for us or anybody else to be by our side, have a true partner in our life, sometimes our goals can fall short, or our goals can be set short, so they're not exactly unreachable. But when you meet that right person, sometimes the goals that you had, you bypass them by so much because of the fact that you have two people working for the same common goal. You got to think of it as like if you're building a house and you're doing it by yourself, you say, okay, it's going to take me 6 months to build this house. Then all of a sudden, another hardworking person shows up and grabs a hammer and starts building with you, and all of a sudden you get it done in 3 months. That's what I mean by overachieving. I see a strong foundation with this person, and I see a strong union. Like I said, with that two of cups, I do see a strong bond. But I feel like not only is there a strong bond, but I feel like that strength is going to increase. We're going to build a strong foundation, and I feel like this could be a real lifelong partner. I feel like this is the person you've been looking for, that you've been waiting for. And at some point, maybe you didn't even believe that they existed. But here they are. Like I said, not only does this person show up and put in the work, they're very nurturing. We're all going to have bad days. But this is the person, when shit goes sideways, this person's still there. Very nurturing energy. And I know we all know those people that when shit hits the fan, they couldn't get out fast enough. They're with us for the good shit, but when the bad shit happens, they're gone. That's not this person. I see victories and victories coming for both of you, with that Six of Wands, that, victorious energy. It's all about winning. It's all about the win. And I see a lot of big wins coming for you. Like I said, I don't see anything that can stop this. There's no stopping the two of you together. There's no stopping what you're capable of. The strength that you have together, I feel like it's kind of going to blow your mind. And that in part is attributed to the fact of the people that you've been with as of up till now. And it's one of those things. It's like, if you ever think about it, and you always drive a shitty car, and you get used to always fixing it, taking care of it, and that's what a lot of your focus goes to. Instead of all the other important things in life, you got to focus on this shitty car. But then one day you get that brand new car, you get that new car smell, and that shit purrs like a kitten, and you don't have to think about that. Then you got all this time to think about other things. You're with this person. I feel like you're exactly where you're meant to be. I feel like you're meant to meet this person, and I feel like all the things you ever wanted, they're all so capable now. They're all possible. I do see you getting everything you wanted, like I said before, and I feel like the emotional fulfillment, the happiness, all that is coming. We have the Emperor and the Empress, protecting each other, taking care of each other, nurturing each other, being there for each other, being part of a functional relationship. So many people don't understand what a functional relationship is, because sometimes we get used to the normal. Sometimes we're in a shitty relationship after shitty relationship, and we start to think, is that all there is? But then you meet that one person that changes your perspective, like I said, with that hangman. And I do see this moving very quickly. Like I said, with the ten of cups, this person isn't looking for a one-night stand. They're looking for a true partner in life. They're looking to build that legacy. And this person will appreciate you. A lot of people don't appreciate the shit that you do, but this person will be there. This is the type of person that, when you do something good, it's someone that you can share it with, and they're gonna be proud of you. They're gonna encourage you. They'll even praise you because they know how important it is. Some people just don't get that. Even the little things that you do for other people, sometimes they don't get it, but this person will get it. And that's the legacy they want to build. They want to build something strong. They want to be there for you. And as we move forward, it's only going to get more of a serious connection. Like I said, I do feel like in the beginning, like I said, there's some physical, they're emotional very quickly, being on the same page mentally. But there's also the passion. There's also love. It's so much more than just a partnership, based on a stability. It's enjoying each other. And that's what's going to move this forward. We can meet people that we work well together. Doesn't mean we're meant to be together. But with this person, it's one of those things where you can depend on them. They're showing up for you. They're showing up for both of you. And like I said, I do see a lot of forward movement. We have the Hierophant with that strong union. We have the Two of Cups, that strong bond that you share with this person. And realizing that you can have it all. And like I said, I don't see there's nothing going to stop this, because when two people come together like the two of you, the world bows. The world is your oyster. And it's a big difference. Like, meeting someone that's on the same page, meeting someone that wants the same things, it's a big difference than being with someone that relies on you, or someone that you take care of, or someone that you have to always encourage. Having someone that's there beside you rather than behind you or in front of you, but have someone that's right there beside you. That's a big deal. And this connection is only going to grow stronger as we move forward. Like I said, there's nothing stopping this. Nothing can stop this. Nothing can stop the two of you together. You know, it's that power couple energy, like I said. Now with this person, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. A little bit of Aquarius in there as well. As I was doing this read, I couldn't help think about something. So, you know, for our little story time, my cousin, he's a Capricorn, by the way. He dated this girl for probably 12 years. They had a kid together, and he was always trying to do the right thing. He stayed with her, even though it was tough, because he worked his ass off. He worked out in the oil rigs. He worked all kinds of hours, but no matter what he did, he couldn't get ahead because she was always spending his money. Like, she was live for today type energy. He was built for tomorrow type energy. But he stayed with her because he grew up in a Catholic home where he believed that family, you know, comes above everything. So you got to sacrifice sometimes. But he sacrificed everything for her, and it ended up, after 12 years, he found out that she had been cheating on him. And in that 12 years, at all the money he made, he really never got anywhere. She took half his stuff. You know, he kind of started from scratch. 2 or 3 years after that, he met another girl. And this girl was night and day from his first real girlfriend. She worked her ass off. You know, they were very compatible. And in the last 5 years, they bought a house. They have a cat, and they have a camp. And it's not about stuff always. And I'm not naming off this stuff because of things. I'm naming off this stuff because he wanted to build, you know, he wanted to build his own little empire. And with the wrong person, he couldn't build it because he was always taking care of her. He was always letting her, you know, live for the day. But then he met someone that was on the same page as him, that wanted the same things. And like I said, within 5 years, he had his own house. They both had a vehicle. They had a camp. They had, you know, a couple four-wheelers. Like, they had stuff that he wanted to have. He wanted to have stuff. You know, they have nice things. They have a very healthy savings account. He likes to tell me about it. But that's the thing. For 12 years of his life, he got nowhere because he was with the wrong person. But being with someone that's on the same page, that was a teammate, that was a partner, that thought the same way, that wanted the same things, that had the same goals, he got so far. Like, he's got so many good things that he wanted. You know, he bought some land. So that just goes to show you, sometimes you can be with the wrong person, even if you're doing it for the right reasons. Sometimes we have to let go of the dead weight. You know, with her, they didn't really have a great relationship anyway. The girlfriend he was with for 12 years, but he was trying to do the right thing. You know, he's seen, when they first got together, she said all the right things. You know, it wasn't until she got pregnant and then all of a sudden her true self came out, and it was almost like he felt committed to staying with her. But like I said, in 12 years, he got nowhere. You know, they had an apartment together because he couldn't afford to get a house because his credit was so bad because she was running up his credit cards and she was doing this and doing that. And now he's sitting on top of money, you know, and he was even talking about buying an apartment building for residual income. You know, talking about things now that he couldn't do before, but he could have done them before if he was with the right person. But that's the thing. Sometimes love gets in the way. Sometimes we get with someone and we want to do the right thing by them. But life is so much different. Like he said, before he was depressed all the time. He knew he had to get up every day and go to work. And that didn't bother him. It's the fact that what he worked for. He'd go to work, make all this money, and she'd spend it. And he would have nothing. Like, he couldn't even go. Like, last year they went to Cuba. The year before that, they went to Greece, him and his new girlfriend. is because he has somebody working with him. And life changes so much when you have someone working, like I said, with the house thing. I mean, sometimes we get with people, and if they're not on the same page, I mean, it's like being in a rowboat, you know, and there's two oars, there's two people, but one person ain't doing a damn thing. So that one person can, that one person rowing both is going to wear out quicker. You're not going to get to where you're going because you're always substituting for someone else. But when you have someone on the same page that wants the same things, nothing's impossible. And so, like I said, sometimes we do things because we think it's the right thing. But it was making him unhappy. And like he said, when he found out that she was cheating on him, it was almost like refreshing to know that he could walk away and still be a good guy. And I was like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, if you're with someone and they're not making you happy, and not only that, but they're making you miserable, you gotta step away from that, man. He always would say, well, I wanted to do it for my daughter, you know what I mean? Because they had a daughter together. And he said, I always wanted to do it for my daughter. I didn't want her having a broken home. I said, but right now with her, all you accomplished was living in an apartment, living month to month when you were making killer money. Now you have a home. And his daughter lives with him full time. So he has everything he ever wanted that he didn't think he could have just by changing his situation. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.